What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? Shout out to Boxing United. If you want an invite, just ask for one. It's a good boxing community where you can voice your opinions freely without any scrutiny. You know, proper discourse. That's what it's all about. Shout out to hashtag Comeback to Boxing. Now, real quick, I did not get to watch the fights on Saturday. There's just been a whole lot going on, and it's just, I as much as I wanted to watch them, I didn't get to. I am going to try to watch them and get my thoughts on them, but as of right now, I have not watched any, the Lomachenko fight, Usyk, I forget the other gentleman's name, but I didn't get to watch any of the fights, so I'm not going to talk on them yet. But congratulations to all the winners. Right now, I'm just pretty much, making up for videos that I've been wanting to make and I just haven't had time for. I want to talk about a couple different things in this video. I actually saw a screenshot of what was supposed to be a message on Instagram. And it's supposed to be a message from Andre Ward to Sergey Kovalev. And you see it there on the screen. And it says, hi, piece of shit, I'll fuck you in the ring, be ready. And then Kovalev says, you claim to be the son of God, but you write your opponents on Instagram DM messages like this. No thanks, I have a beautiful wife I go to at night. Nice role model and great positive message for all children, people hook up to you. Now, the reason I think this is just hilarious. Now, it's no secret that Andre Ward, I've been critical of Andre Ward in the past. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this is Andre Ward. I don't think this is the real Andre Ward. Now, I don't have an Instagram. I've never even been on Instagram, to be honest. It doesn't interest me. I have a Twitter, and for the longest time, I didn't even want that. But I use it for certain things. Twitter has its uses. But Instagram, I'm just not interested in at all. But I'll be honest, I don't think that this is completely out of Andre Ward's character. And one of the things I kind of want to touch on in this video is separating the fans from the fighters. You hear it all the time where people say, oh, I don't like so-and-so because of his fan base. Here's the thing, these fighters have no control over their fan bases. And this is going to go into the next thing I'm going to bring up in a little bit. But I think it's really wrong to completely judge somebody based off of their fan base, a fighter based off of their fan base. If you notice, when I criticize a fighter, it's always about their actions, not about the actions of their fans. So I find this funny. I mean, I'll be honest, this probably isn't even the real Sergey Kovalev Instagram, but I don't believe it's the real Andre Ward for sure. This could have been two people just trying to stir shit up. It could be one person posing as Andre Ward, trying to troll Sergey Kovalev. I do find it funny, but do I believe this is actually Andre Ward? No, not at all. Completely out of his character. Now, the next thing I kind of want to talk about is the accusations about Triple G trying to duck Billy Joe Saunders with this injury. Actually, just the injury as a whole, because there's actually a couple narratives that are being pushed. One is that he's ducking Billy Joe Saunders, which is completely just outlandish. That makes no sense. Let's remember, Billy Joe Saunders was the one who said he needed 18 months after he won the WBO title to fight Triple G. Let's also remember that he was injured first. A lot of people don't seem to really remember that when Triple G was pursuing him hard, he actually he also said he had an injury. That's why he didn't have a defense in, I believe it was over a year. It was either close to a year or over a year after he won the WBO title that he hadn't defended it. So how is it that and his injury wasn't right after a fight either. So how is it that his injury is legitimate, but Triple G's is a faked injury? A lot of people are just showing their colors. The other narrative that's being pushed is that, well, then Triple G isn't this monster, which y'all are saying that anyways, just based off of the results of the fight, just how the fight went down. But now, apparently, if he did get injured, it's because he's not what everybody thought he was. Here's the thing. Are we forgetting what sport we're watching here? Like, what do y'all think boxing is? Do y'all think it's curling? That's that retarded ass sport. And I'm sorry if you play curling. Please excuse my ignorance. I will admit I'm ignorant, but please allow me to make my point. Do you think you're watching that retarded ass game where they're out on the ice? Looks like they're brushing this big ass puck around. No, this is boxing. It's called the hurt game for a reason. So yeah, people are going to get injured in fights. And Strictly Boxing News said it best. If he did get injured in the fight, then he definitely deserves props because he was able to come out with the win. He was able to knock down Jacobs. So if he did get injured, imagine if he were to fight him again and not get injured. He should be able to beat him a lot more easily. Maybe that's the reason why he wasn't able to knock him out. If that's the case. Because to be honest, none of us really know what's going on. And that really goes back to what I was saying before. The reason why these narratives get pushed is because people cannot stand the fan base. So they take it out on the fighter. And I think it's just not fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't stand certain fan bases. But I still try to look at things objectively. You know, a while back, as much as I don't like Danny Garcia, a while back, Bob Arum said something negative about Danny Garcia, and I actually said that Bob Arum was lying in this case. It was back when there was talks about Danny Garcia fighting Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao is my favorite active fighter right now, but when it comes to what's being said and everything, I took a look back and I said, okay, well, Bob Arum said something completely different just a couple weeks ago. So I think Bob Arum is lying. I think he was trying to say that there was no negotiation even happening, that everything that Danny Garcia was saying was a lie. And I said, well, I can't believe that because you even said he's a front runner. That's what it means to not be a fangirl and to be a boxing fan. Because as much as I don't like Danny Garcia, that would have been very easy for me to just run with and say, see, Danny Garcia is full of shit. But in that case, I said it was Bob Arum. But you know what? All these promoters, they lie through their fucking teeth to us fans because all they care about is getting that money. But that's besides the point. What I'm saying is, you know, I think it's very important for your integrity that you try to look at things as unbiased as you possibly can. Now, every once in a while, we mess up. We might hear some information and think, and for whatever reason at the moment not think, oh, well, this might not even be true. You know, we just go ahead and we make videos on it. I've done it in the past. I'm guilty of it as well. So I'm not saying that anybody who is running with this injury accusation is a scumbag. I think it just happens from time to time. We forget that there's a lot of information out there on the internet that is just 100% false. But certain things, like why when Billy Joe Saunders said he was injured, why wasn't y'all saying that he faked an injury? But as soon as Triple G has a legitimate fight that was close, y'all would, and then he says he was injured afterwards. I mean, it's not an excuse. He won the fight. What does he have to make an excuse for? If he's injured, he's injured. It's the hurt game. So that, you know, when you're pushing that narrative, I mean, I can't come up with any other synopsis than you're just purely hateful. You're hating on him. And then the people who are rejoicing that he got injured. You know, that's not right. You know, if something were to happen to Danny Garcia in a fight, or Floyd Mayweather, or, you know, I don't want these guys to get injured. I just want these fights. I want these fights to be great, and I want these fights to have the right winner at the end of the fight. I want the sport to thrive. And that's because I'm a boxing fan. If you're rejoicing in somebody's injury, or you're trying to push these false narratives when you actually don't even know what's going on, then I have to assume that you're just a fangirl. A hateful one at that. But anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stump on this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
I am so authentic. I'm so authentic. They trying to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, hip hop. Don't act like you don't know me. We got the same mama. Don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed. Call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The vein never runs dry. There's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language. They don't understand me. It's called the truth. I break it down. They try to reprimand me. Miss Lauren, she spoke it. They tried to revoke her. They drove her crazy like Morgan Freeman did to Miss Daisy. I am not insane.